Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tommy and welcome to my video where I will try to give you 5 ideas or 5 tips for better park tours in your parks, and I will be building one giant park tour throughout this video. So it's, you know, like park ideas, tour ideas slash tutorial slash one mega giant something. I really started liking this format of the video, so let's get right into it. My idea number 1 is a paved tour. You can pave your park tours with basically anything, and the rocks, as you can see on the screen right now, and a bunch of other stuff. I came upon this idea when I was building my Jurassic Gardens that I will be premiering this weekend on my channel, where I paved all of the park tours that I had there with planters, which is a little time consuming and not for those of impatient hearts, which I belong to. However, I said to myself that I wanted to look good and I wanted to look like gardeny, and you know, you need to distinguish these enclosures somehow, and also these tours. So you can use, for example, these pillars. They look really good when the tour vehicle is passing by. You can also use the monorail, which I'm doing here, to the other side, at the tour's end. The tour's end, where I will get at the end of the video, because yes, this video will be one giant park tour that will go throughout, you know, like almost the whole map. And I like using these stones as paving. It's not a pavement, it's I like to pave my builds and my tours with those stones and those sticks, and with planters. This is basically where the idea for this and for this whole video was born, when I started paving those tours in my Jurassic Gardens. I said to myself that I would do simple enclosures, like really quick, because this video is supposed to give you ideas about these tours and how you can create something different with your tours and how you can distinguish them from the rest of your park. So I will not be focusing on building the enclosures that much, but I still wanted it to look somewhat satisfying, I would say. My idea number 2 is a tour enclosed by nature, something that I usually use, and something that I'm, you know, like a little sad about that I don't use mods, because with mods you could do this much better. Especially when your tour goes in between 2 mountains, you can make steeper cliffs, but now I do need to work with what I have. Yeah. And I realized that I did not only want to do like mountains around the tour, but also a swampy enclosure or a jungle enclosure. I like it when you put water on both sides of the tour. I'm putting down the invisible fence, and I'm trying to create a swamp here. It's nothing new. I've done it before a countless amount of times, but this is something that I really like to do when a tour goes by through the water, and it's just, you know, like the water and trees are everywhere. This is the mountains that I'm creating around the tour. Of course, we need to have rocks, but I will mostly be skipping through the rocks in this video, because you have seen me placing down rocks for like so many times now that it's been crazy. Well, if you have seen my previous videos. If you haven't seen my previous videos and you're a first timer, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for watching. My name is Tommy, and I do hope I will see you here again. And where was I? Yeah, these hills, they can be a lot steeper when you're using mods, but I'm not using mods yet. Number 3 is an elevated tour. This is an idea that I had for my Jurassic Park 2001, and then I repeated it in Yosemite, in my Jurassic Park Yosemite, and it's basically just an elevated portion of the tour goes around enclosures, and people see it from a higher perspective. I like to create an enclosure where I put the T-Rex down there, because I still go for a little bit of realism, and I feel this is the Therizinosaurus in the swamp, and I feel that the tour shouldn't go through an enclosure where there's, you know, like these big carnivores, they could hurt you, and you know, even though I usually play sandbox, and I always have like everything bad turned off, like the dinosaur comfort and being aggressive towards vehicles and stuff like that. This is the T-Rex enclosure that I'm quickly building. I'm playing with some textures, with the dirt texture and the sand texture as well. Not yet, but I will. And I will be using the new skin for the T-Rex, the scarred skin. I'm saving the fuzzy T-Rex for my Biosyn Valley recreation series. And yeah, you will find the T-Rex over there. And to the other side of this overpass, there will be, as you can see, I placed the fence down so that the guests can see like behind the fence. And there will also be a lagoon, as you can already see, with the Mosasaurus. And when the Mosasaurus goes for the shark, some people might be lucky and might see it. Usually what you would do in a situation like this, you would put viewing gallery to the other side, but this was a whole, you know, like a big tour that I was doing. Number 4 is a river tour, also an idea that I had for my Jurassic Park 2001, where I put in the tour right next to a river and I put the Brachiosaurus in as it was in the JP3 movie, and that's what I'm gonna do now. But this time we have the invisible fence that we can dip in the water and kind of hide it, and then the dinosaurs don't walk through the, you know, like tour tracks, the path where the tour goes. They are just to one side of the river, and it creates this beautiful scenery that we could see in the movie, in the JP3 movie when they were on the boat. We don't have a boat tour yet, so that's why I'm using what I have, and I'm trying to create a meadow over here. I will be putting down some rocks, again some textures, and there will be Brachiosaurus and Stegosaurus in this enclosure. I'm trying to hide the fence with rocks some more because, yeah, the fence is still visible and I'm not gonna go there again. And of course we're using smaller rocks as well, but I'm not gonna dwell on the rocks too much because it's my kind of thing, placing down too many rocks in the enclosures. And I do really love the red dirt texture. The Brachiosaurus of course have to be the JP3 skin because reasons. They just have to when you're doing an enclosure like this. And my final one is an exclusive enclosure tour. I'm really sorry about the name. I couldn't think of anything better. I mean, yeah, I've been working on this. Actually, this whole build took like an hour and a half to do, but I was quite exhausted after editing this. And I was trying to come up with some better name, but I guess this one will do. It's basically an aviary, and the tour goes through the aviary, and in the middle of the aviary there's a hole for another enclosure, and there's dinosaurs in this one. Again, something that I already did in my parks. These are not new ideas. This is just like a mashup of ideas of what I did in my previous parks that I've already showcased, and I just now put it into 5 like things that you can do to make your tours look a little more better or to be more interesting. They are not groundbreaking ideas because, yeah, this game has its limitations, but I'm trying to play with the textures. I'm trying to play with different biomes. I'm creating like tropical aviary over here and a red safari desert, red safari in the middle. The red safari enclosure will actually be featured in my Jurassic Gardens that I will be premiering this week. So if you want to see it, make sure to stop by on Sunday at 6 p.m. CET, which is, you know, like I don't think that you will be looking up the time, but yeah. Anyway, this is the final enclosure, and I will be back with you for the tour. So this is the view from the tour vehicle. We'll be taking the tour very briefly. I will be showing you some of the best shots, some of the best sceneries that I have built throughout this video. I was really having fun with this because it's, again, something new, and I really came to love this format. This is the one that is enclosed by nature. This is the swampy one where you have water on both sides, and you have the Therizinosaurus, one of my new favorite creatures, even though I don't like the patterning that much because it doesn't blend well. If you know me, you know that I like my patterns to blend well. So that's kind of disappointing, but the rest of the Dominion skins are just like, wow. This is the view from the elevated park tour, the elevated position. I was waiting for the Mosasaurus to jump up, but then I realized that I turned off the hunger for all the dinosaurs, and then I turned it on again, so you will see it in the capture mode view that I will be showing you in just few seconds. This is the river tour with the Brachiosaurus and the Stegosaurus. I was trying to go for the feeling of how it was in the movie, but yeah, since we don't have any river tours, which is a shame, you have to do it like this. This is the aviary tour. The tropical one, I was using the tropical trees, the scythe and the psychic grooves, and I was doing the using the seed plants for this Muttaburrasaurus enclosure. Muttaburrasaurus is one of my favorite creatures of all times as well. And this is the last part of the aviary, and I will be showing you some more clips with the capture mode. So the tour now looks like this. I didn't put any like guest centers or squares in this build because it was huge and complicated enough as it was, but I thought that I would do it just to share some ideas, just to sum up what I have already done in some of my parks. This is the moment that the moose is gonna jump up. Yes, it looks very nice. Normally, as I said, you would have a viewing gallery to the other side. This is the river experience, and this is the aviary, and we'll have one last look at the Muttaburrasaurus. But with this, I would like to say my thank yous. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. My name is Tommy. If you like the video, please give me a like, comment, or share. And if you think that you will like my upcoming content, please do consider subscribing. I have more of things like these coming up, park tours, tutorials, and top 5s now. Thank you again. Have a great day, and bye-bye.